Alright, mates. What's this shit? Unyawa Yasare, the writer, destitute? What? One day I will return to your side. The graffiti has been painted over the traces of a fight that took place. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. Oh, it's her. This was Cindy the Skull. It looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. Lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger. Still fresh, it wasn't here yesterday. It smelled heavy fuel oil and blood. Some of it even yours. Heavy fuel oil, is that flammable? What are you trying to imply, Fingers? Are the graffiti on fire with a burning cigarette? No. Most certainly will not. No more racist, no more strike. You open there, Maneno. You get to measure head's bin now. Says you respect and gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes. Yeah, good. Danger comes with the Bonario lifestyle, right? Drugs, there are types of danger. The ones I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer, not getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. Goes back to an older era where this was commonplace though. You have a true Bonagado heart. Right, so where's everyone? Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's full lockdown, friends. No getting in or out for the time being. What's going to happen next? No, time will tell, he shrugs. I'll tell Everett you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad. What will you be doing now? It'll be okay. I'll be okay here doing lookout. He surveys the red flags draping over the harbour gates. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like red, I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of brothers. Our brothers. See if any other insane killers turn up. And I'll live. Don't get shot, eh? I'm sure I'll be lucky than you, friend. Why are you striking? We're negotiating on our shares, yeah. Oh, goddamn. Again. Oh, yeah, gonna get Measurehead's box, finally. Hardest worth I've ever had anything to do with. God fucking damn. I didn't. My stomach makes a dumb noise. Where? Hey.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and clientele from gunfire. Defended maybe putting it a bit generously though. I had a great view of you doing nothing to stop those psychopaths. They crawled inside, bullets started flying. Anyway, he clears his throat. Wish you a quick recovery. Also, his finger. You and your partner staying here free now. This establishment support cops. The stay is free. The drinks are not. Yeah, I just feel I need to specify that. You see the huge graffiti outside? No, I completely failed to notice that. It's only in front of the entrance to the establishment I manage. Though maybe, he continues reluctantly. Still better than the blood. Where'd everyone go? Oh, you know, he looks... Looks at the empty place. People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. What happened to the man with the sunglasses? He shakes his head. Don't remember. Everyone comes and goes here. Oh yeah, I have to mention. You were right when it happened. You were right out there on the balcony. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he nods, trying to remain aloof. It's because I'm badass. If you say like two different words like that, it sounds like there's something wrong with your ass. Nod stoically. Nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badasses, men nodding stoically. Make that three, lieutenants are nodding too, hand crossed. Oh boy. Oh man, that happened. Oh boy, that was great. Yeah, what stoic badassery? Triple stoic ass battery, like that. Well, that was disappointing. Red piece of string or something, what was that? Red thread made of nylon leads into the other room. Someone did bullet trajectory. Right, quick. It's tied to a bookcase on the wall. Google the window again. I have googled this before though. See the same two neon lit shapes. Man and woman, only now a red thread bisects the room. Painting from Wallington outside, so the cupboard on the wall. This ballistic, she left a trajectory for us. Lieutenant tested thread with his fingers, drawn taut, rebounds instantly. Ray of backward motion, expands from the thingy. Where's the thread lead? Suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant to possible angles. No point beyond the roof, B thingy. Of course it's the eyelet. Is he trying to tell us it came from the eyelet? She nods. Unless he thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That's where the thread seems to point. The runes on that island sunk in seafood. I saw them through the coin-operated viewer. I remember he looks out the window onto the bay. How does she know about all this? If she was there that night, she would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. She had a long time to think about it after standing on the... Wait, what? Also looks like there may have been more to her skill than we know. The question is, should we trust her? So she left the thread, the lady. I just don't know. Indeed, neither do I. This is the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet. Proceed. So it is. For a second he seems tired. You seem unenthusiastic. Just haven't gotten a lot of sleep the past few days. He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. Maybe we need to go to the island. Wind blows in from the open window, tennis size, looking cold distance across the water. There across the grey water, amidst the crumbling concrete, birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flag tower. I remember the anti-aircraft gun on the ruins there on the island from coin-operated viewer. Could be making up a sniper's nest, he nods. Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing. Okay, well, let's get to the fucking island. No go. Okay, let's go to the fucking island. It takes another second to gather himself and says, How do we get there? Joyce Mercier had her sloop, but she's gone. The net picker, she's tying a boat. Yes, of course, the village, let's go. Right. Fucking pigeons. Shitting on all men. May have to go to the shop to get ourselves some health ass. Just in case. Looks like she left something on the table. It's an ass. You see a sack of pills, you see a note. 5-line jotted down in large uneven handwriting. Just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry I fucked everyone over. I didn't kill him. P.S. Gift upstairs. The gift was sent her on the staircase. Seems like she left in a hurry. It's hardly surprising. Okay, so the gift is the string, I guess. But I went the dumb way, like an idiot. Kinda hoping the gift would be in here. She cleaned this out. Kinda hoping the gift would be in here. Always took you for one more of a drunk than a chemical abuse, Lieutenant Ufrito. It says as though self-evident. Shall we go? Fucking Lieutenant Yeet Feeter. Now must carry Yorker. How about these asses? Who is this bald twat? Well, you've said that many times. Hey. Seeing you approach, the boost man clenches his
Oh,
fist.
it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon. Elaine, look, it's the cowardly cop.
Huh? What?
He looks up, his eyes full of confusion. He's woken up from a deep sleep. He's very, very drunk.
Our condolences for your losses.
He says with a little nod, but the remaining Hardy boys don't seem to register his words. Any idea what happened to Khaleesi? Damn songbird of misery, that one. She shakes his head. Any information on this songbird of misery? Like Minjata? Nah, Gart said she took off some time after the firefight, that's all. Before the firefight. Trying to remember to tell us anything. Oh yeah, he says. She seems to be in a real hurry. Move on, there's no catching her this time round. Is he okay? Does he look okay? He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey. Reeks of piss and sweat and booze. While still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decomposition. I suppose that was a dumb question. Oh, sorry. You guys, take care, guys. Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. He shakes his head. It's not easy being a cop. We were too hard on you. Fucking spittoon. Both of you, he turns to Kim. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Mayonnaise owes you one. It's kind of you to say. Lieutenant closes his note. Take care of your friend, okay? I will take care of yours, he nods to you. Aww. Sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach. It must not look good. Luckily it passes. Ba-bam-bam. Da-da-da-da-da. Need painkillers, Kim. It's not more cheaper, is it? It is actually a little slightly, isn't it? I fucking there. Alright, we got lots of shit now. I think so, yes. I think there's a bug though with the gun quest. I mentioned, I've seen that on the forums when I was looking for patch notes. There seems to be, I saw a title of a thing where they couldn't do the gun thing if they progressed too far in the game, which seems to be a bug because it fucks you. It fucks you over by not letting you ask something you ought to be able to, like the door over there.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100.
Damn it. Didn't expect to be running back here again after that. I actually thought we were, that was the final ass. Is our car? No, it's still there. The reason I didn't get the gun is because I didn't want to work for Everett. Oh, her boat's there, fantastic. Hey.
Officer, what happened? You're wounded. Why are you wounded? You look terrible.
I got shot in the foot, it was pretty badass. Some people hurt me.
Is this from the shooting in town? Weird gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
Yeah, I also got shot in the chest, point to chest.
That's nothing to brag about, officer.
It's not serious. He'll be okay.
If your ligament moving your left shoulder and a small warm drip of blood, it's nothing. I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I need to get to that island. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar's just dried. As you pointed to the skiff on the jetty. We got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. 2 days of sunshine, just got a bacterial infection. I was on that island, saw some kind of ruins with my binoculars. Well, he was also an asshole. He wanted us to corrupt us, and we were trying to redeem ourselves. Some kind of fortification out there in the war for the Communards, an anti-aircraft gun. I think bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself, always steered clear of it. Hasn't been there herself, who has then? Said you haven't been there yourself, who has, if not you? My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing. You know, my mother told me. This must be one of the many fortifications that were used in the dying days of revolution against coalition forces before they took the city. As he looks around, the kids sometimes go there too. I know they do on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. Ask the twins about the island. The twins, as he points to the little kids playing concrete yard. God forbid they bring the girl along under some rickety barge. Maybe ask your twins about the place before we go. That'd be alright. Be my guest. He looks at the boys. They have a strange way of talking. See if you get anything useful out of the two. I seldom do. 2 days of sunshine, just got a bacterial infection. I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Issa, will you? Don't get many RCM men around here, sad to lose the first one. That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that? Thanks. Many things you should know about getting there? Well, most of it's sunken underwater. It means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there. Alright, good man. Can we borrow your boat? If you promise to bring it back, there's no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat. Oh, it's narrow. And no joyriding either. Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business. Icy nods. What if I want a rock? Nod along attentively. Thank you. Use your skiff to get there then. Seeing you. Alright. Let's ask the kids about fuck. Let's ask old Nan for some shit first.
Our tenant, the policeman.
I got shot!
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
Even
How
I
can
can
I
see
help
that. You told me not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. Got trouble of our own here. Well, I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. The woman chuckles herself. Guess you're right. Men with guns were coming for me after all. You know, I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer. Then we'll be ready for them. Good man. I was hoping one of these might be holding out on some of the armor or something, and when we keep saying we got shot in the chest, they might be all like, nice. In case you've been to that island, right? On the island, the one who's busy kicking his stone points to the bay. Yes, the one I want to know what's there. That's nothing. The boy pauses to think with his finger in his mouth. Just a seafood and some plants. You can take a raft there, it's great. And the other one butts in. Make a fire. But nods. Gather sticks for the fire, or bullets. Not real bullets, empty bullets. Not in agreement. The lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out. Your nerve-ending sting from the mention of a guy. And since someone lives on the island? No, the boy answers, shaking his head vehemently. His brother looks at him, then at you. Yes, he says. Lieutenant raises his eyebrow, whips out a notebook. Let's go with yes. Who is the fire guy? Because the boy pauses to think. Because he asks to put the fire out, the other one explains. Why does he ask you to put the fire out? I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people being there. You shouldn't go. Yes, the other one adds, laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides. Like a little tin soldier. Mentioned something about lights. Aye, one of them. It's hard to tell which one is now starts. I don't know. Did you mean there are electric lights? He points to the street lights. Yes, the boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you could tell me about the guy? Age? Does he live there? No, he doesn't live there, I don't think. No, he doesn't live there. The other one nods. He's been there twice, 2 times. The first one pauses to think. Then comes to some sort of conclusion. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes. Anything else? What does he look like? I don't know. They say almost in unison. How come? We ran, just yelled. We shouldn't be there. Father used to go to that island too, didn't he? My father killed himself. Don't say that. He didn't. Brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying. Say nothing. I'm sorry, the one says to the other, rubbing the brother's shoulder affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? There's, the boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear there's no intention of finishing the sentence. Lights, fire guy? See if their sister knows anything. Maybe idiot dumb spiral knows shit about fuck. Ah fuck, I forgot to check the traps, didn't I? Guys, he knows shit about fuck. Well, I'll check the one near the ass when I come back for the boat then. Check the further ones away. Maybe Ruby left something nice for us. I think if we'd binned her, we might have had her gun. Ah, the in-hole. Go in Oogle make in-hole. Yo yo. Cannot zoom worth shit. Anything new in the tent? See, the processing guys have been faster than usual. It's good we stop by to check regardless. Nods like a ruby in the tent and looks around. Now, island time. Alright, calm the fuck down. Oh, he's eager. Eager Kim eats the worm, or whatever it is they say. Nope. And I doubt we ever will. Now, we lost it being an asshole. We're not getting it back being an asshole. Not being an asshole is more important to me than my ability to shoot dudes. Darn it. That's actually what we yelled, I think, when we threw it. This tree looks cool. A mate can hope. Right, now check the last ass up there, and then the church. And then the last trap, and then island time. I think that might make the guy we shot not think we're, well, not at least say we're an asshole, but make everyone around that saw us shoot him think that we're an asshole. We also have a very limited number of bullets. We have 2 right now. Weird noise. Is the snow less now? It looks sandier. This is because I'm here at an actual normal time of day. What I think will happen is if we had started shooting the Titus dudes by starting some bullshit in the what's it called, in the diner before getting that far, we tried to arrest all of them. I think we might have. That might be why the 2 guys from the station in Cogliostro are sitting around, so that they can help in case ass happens. There's nothing new here, is there?
Yes, what is it?
Anything here? Nope, fuck all. Glenn who? Oh right, yeah. Yeah, we did our best there, but it didn't really go well. I thought it would just be a failure state of some sort, but nah. It actually let us fuck up quite a lot there. Like, fuck it, Kim, we're doing it. Rum fucking rum. Roo motor skiffs. Skiff smallest tier in the back floors. Mirror. Call mirror. See? 2 seats are empty. The boat's belly is shiny yellow color. Industrial paint tar. You see it reflect off the water. No, the factory number thingy. As we made, represent the humanitarian aid from the workers. The Roo logo. Jesus Christ. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off to into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. You sure you want to go now? Made all necessary preparation. Closed all accounts. Remember what the net picker says. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this. It's banged up whole thing. It's a thing. Oh, long man. He'll float. He's too banged up himself to talk with you. Aw. Let's go. Going to ass pizza. Wait. Oh, look at him. Jesus ass. Sit the fuck down. Get that propeller properly in the water, Glenn. Not Glenn. Fucking Kim. This is how you fall off into goddamn water like a goddamn idiot. That's why Kim is assing so slowly. Because our stupid ass is standing in the way where we'll fall over. I bet this song will get me copyright blocked in all countries. That's why I'm keeping stuff under 2 hours. That way I can use the YouTube thingy tool to remove the song after post-festum. It doesn't matter. A lot of this crap is completely copyrighted up the ass by studios, regardless of being original soundtrack or whatever. The YouTube bot has a field day on these, despite there actually being very little music. And then we're shot, or just fall off because we're standing up there like an idiot. The boat comes to a slow stop. Kim turns the engine off, and then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings, a flock of quails take off in the distance. Let's go, he whispers. Claim boot. YouTube bot is like a flaily irate toddler. It'll just wreck everything around it. I save on the one I should have kept for. Well, makes it brief. The bombs are powerful enough to break. Come on, the foundation. Rusted chain trails off into the ocean. Trail trails off into the ocean. Connect the island to the supply depot on the coast. Point this leads to the depot on Thingy's Land's End. Tent looks up at the mechanism overhead. Yes, so it does seem. What do you think it was used for? Big ammunition to the island, maybe, and supplies. Could also be to lock the bay when you raise the chain. As a defensive measure, locking off the side of the bay. Lock it from whom? From enemies. It looks ahead. Enemies of a commune of Rebel. The sea fort was revolutionary fortification, I believe. Oh, I don't know. Just yell at Kim. Finish the fort. I'm serious now. These videos are what isn't right, cheese game. Well, it doesn't matter. Like what YouTube does is what you're talking about is usually demonetization. I don't give a shit about that because I don't make money on any of it. What I'm worried about is when a copyright claim on a piece of music blocks the video in all countries, because I cannot do anything about that. It basically means, how long have you been playing this now? 46 hours? If we, imagine watching the playlist on YouTube, and after 40 hours, there's 2 hours just missing from the story. That's what I want to avoid. There's a lingering trace of mazet in the air. Potential inflammable. The fuel is leaked out of the barrel. Black and viscous. Inflammable and flammable means the same, doesn't it? Digeist cackles under your feet. You step far away, the bird's wing touches the still surface of the sea. Where's that flutter? Flock of quail departs. No, I've turned everything off on YouTube. I make no money on anything. Departs. All the ads that are on anything on my YouTube is because someone's copyright claimed it, so they're running ads for other people on my videos. That's how it works. None of that goes to me. More than 100 meters away, 102, 105, underneath the flutter. On the islet, there's almost no wind. It's just a light movement of air through the reeds, bulrushes, swaying in some sort of brush, it should have said. Swaying in the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other. The great ghost of the air is holding his breath. Kim. Yes. Pretty quiet, silent on this island. Yes. Is that why we stopped? I want to listen to one more thing. To the west. Silent hiss the air. The sea air moves through the needle as. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do on YouTube. To the east, far eastern wall of the city. We did not, Adrian. That seemed to just stop as soon as we got the fort. I think that was exclusively so we could get that fort and get better perception. The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the island, the sound of sand. No tide filter through a thing. Ahead. A low hum, the air slowly moves through the concrete box, through ancient slits and cracks, resonating hollow, a big building. Beyond that, further north. Airflow out of the pillbox window. There's very little there. The air crosses. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Is this where those flowers are we're gonna find those little thingies? Absolute silence reads motionless. Below the silence. Well, funny you fucking mention it. Coldo Madaka. Kim? Silent. So let's move on. I found it. I found the fucking bird. ICM, see a star with little specks on it. ICM seems familiar somehow. Kim, what is the ICM? Continual Citizen Militia. It's an official name for the Communards Army, the black and white army of the revolution. Sounds an awful lot like RCM. Sounds like RCM, Revolutionary Citizen Militia. It does. Why? The RCM may descend from the ICM. May. Impossible to say. He looks towards the darkened doorway. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revolutionary West was mostly workers and criminals. A white star pointed a star on the label. No, he looks at it. An upside down star. With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune. Are those specks stars too? No. That's an uninhabited archipelago. DeLorean era symbol of Insolitude, known as the Ace in the Sea. Looks old. What's it still doing here? After he thinks 44 years? It's nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Yufrito. One of the IS barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city's full of things like that. Old bullets, guns, fuel. Finished fort. Where's the fucking bird? I'm not going in there yet. Need the fucking bird. But warm blood trickles down your armpit. The ligature is off. It's nothing. Am I gonna die here? You recognize this little birch from the coin-operated viewer? Yeah, I've seen that. No way to go up there. The stairs are gone. Oh. Oh, I see. Alley-up. La da da da. Ow. Okay, we can't zoom out here, which means that there's something that's gonna bum us. This was once an armament rest. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. This is where a guy dude bubbles. Books mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dish is stained with sauce and fire. Survivor's kitchen. Hand-eye coordination. Something tells me we need to get our swole on here. what a guy. Ain't replacing the gloves. In a thingy jacket, maybe. Yeah, it's a top ass. May need our swallow list. Nice, okay. They call me ready to sort shit. But see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. Mop it in bed. Sheets keep the wind out. Empathy, less composure. So the game knob in me can't help but say they only like we're past the point of no return, so they would only give us things for stuff we need checks for, right? Hey Zybert, still streaming for it? Yeah. Well, I got up late yesterday, so books and magazines like scattered on the floor like makeshift cupboard. They're not particularly well organized. Sift through them. Most of the soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories, 20s and 30s. This digestive includes the classic animal adventures. Popular tickets of Man vs. Nature, an amateur naturalist, T and H Harpin, husband and wife. Widely read by people of all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among the mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine catalog. For electrical engineering, it's then it's back to pulp, light erotica, international thriller about circuit benders. But damn, I just took that one off. Someone's made themselves a home. Lieutenant inspects the soft cover. Can never fucking literally just took that off. That's no better. Not that you can tell, but this is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it for entertainment purposes, fitting right next to the radiola on the floor. Nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. The nude mag, more than that, you can't say. The print of some of these is pretty small though. The person has good eyesight. It's not Kim then. Still not sure where to put my ass point. Bed. Greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-covered books. White linen and a pillow are visible under the worn-out crackle blanket. Someone's been squatting here. Lieutenant inspects the bed. The linen is fresh, recently washed. How recently? You force the rest of the sentence out through the pain. Figures molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak. Rest in the flak tower. You know, officer. He looks at you with a touch of concern. You can rest here if you're feeling tired. I'll keep watch. You can use some rest towards ahead. No time to rest now, mate. Yes, anytime you need a rest. Later is okay by me. You don't have to be a hero. I'm fucking the big man. I'm not fucking the big man. I am the fucking big man. Kim's got my ass, yeah. Could you have another point into pain threshold? Another endurance would also be nice. Non-cylinder generator is nested above an ammo lift. It makes it electrical wiring running off its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall on your right. Lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth. It's cold now, he concludes, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Where do the wires lead? He looks after the wall socket. Downstairs somewhere. What kind of generator is this? Liquid carbon. I would imagine that takes mazout. He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo. Yeah, the kind that's favoured by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold. If anyone stayed here, they need a generator. Tap on the side. Loudest noise in the game. Yeah, we got Kim's back as well. Should have seen earlier. The canister's empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift. What's this mean, a generator here? I don't know, I'm not a philosopher. I mean, why is it here? Someone with basic electrical skills is restored in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy. Poor fuel. Let's wait with that. I mean, fire guys should be here somewhere. We should check shit out before we ask. Well, Kim was helping us, and then we had him. No matter what thoughts and dreams it may bring. Yeah, Kim was helping us because we sucked. No, giant blast almost way over 10 tons. Ass peels off it. Oh boy, magnesium. Someone's going to try and slap our health around. Our brain around. I don't think that's going to happen. We're not that kind of guy. I'm guessing this would be where the... See a small metal door nestled inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. Conventional keyhole above the handle is very small. It's on the other side. Another part of the island probably. Within it looks like a keyhole. The locks look like it's still operable. How do we open this? It looks at the door. Then it's bigger brother. Then at the lock. Maybe this is one of those doors we don't open. He's right. We better not open. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. Must control the blast door. You're right, we opened the big one. Do you see controls anywhere? I think there's a console southeast. Shuffles his feet to stay warm. Look around, getting the blast door open seems like the best plan. I mean, we could have Webble. I'll save and then Webble. Save on island ass. Yeah, let's have a Webble. Let's not dream dumb shit. You face the concrete wall, there's light there. In that corner, like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body's nowhere near healed. Curl up with your knees close to your chest. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. Time to see beyond go distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from blackness. It's evening. Wait, where'd Kim go? We got extremely binned. There was a massive shootout and we didn't have our gun and we fucked up everything. A lot of asses died. This better fucking be a dream. I don't want Kim to be gone. I can't ask anything. Pretend it's no longer here. Go outside to the beach. I do what I want. Fuck you. Door's still here closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. Kim shot someone in the head. We didn't experience that so much. Why am I supposed to go out here? I can't actually get down there. I see dirt. Didn't realize there was another way out down here. Fucking... It was, yeah. Completely fucked everything up. Absolutely fucked up. We lived somehow though, despite getting shot by an anti-tank rifle in the ass. This is 2 days later. Kim medicked us. Good man. Kim, you sort. These trees are really cool. Go down to the chain. There's something there. What fucking chain? Oh, the one on the other side? That's true. And I don't have enough HP to tank it, so I guess it didn't do that much damage. It's like trying to rock, paper, scissors a guy without rock, paper... If Kim's on the chain now, I will be very upset. Walk into the water now. See her footprints in the water. It seems dumb. Like, fuck it. Okay, this is weird. Further. Is that lady ass? Is that fucking her innocence? And she has a goddamn... Yeah. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and welfare state, turns to face you. She has an airship bag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. I wonder if this is because we went moralist. And if we'd been communist, Karl Marx would be there or something. Alright, yeah. Off to advise the Queen of Cest, most likely. This is the holy thingy of Mundian Insula, definitely. Not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. Glean? Isn't it gleam with an M? Stay a while. Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, that's all I got. Sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you.
Yes. I mean, no. But I am in a hurry.
Oh, it does. There's often weird little typos in this, but I'm never really sure. Wait, this is the video thing. Yeah, where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there. In Grad.
What's in the
It's 1
bag?
million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter. My globe cruciger. A spare silk gown. A toothbrush. Travel documents. The crown of immortality.
No, she's the deity thing. The innocence. Crown of Immortality, aren't you already wearing one?
This?
She corrects the wreath on her thingy.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, manna and raw palladium.
See,
It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
she speaks very, very, like, quietly, and some people yell, that's kind of okay, but sometimes some of the sound effects are in the voice thing. I think the sound effects are supposed to sort of, like, when you place them in what I would assume is an editor or the level editor, you place them in places on the map, and that makes it a sound effect for, as far as the engine is concerned. But if you trigger it through a dialogue thing, it goes through voice, unless you fuck around. So I think that's why the voice is so loud every now and then, because it's the only slider we have up very high. Anyway. She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say, then over her shoulder. Silence. Her nuptial gown floats in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Your skin is holy and soft. Go, goodbye. Is there any... Is that what... Is what you want to say? Is what you want to say, but you don't? Hammers clang in the distance. Children laugh. No, the sounds are not all entirely leveled, but they are leveled in that I have voiceover louder. They're louder in that I have voiceover up a fair whack more than everything else. Because the others are very inconsistent with their volume, especially over the voice. I want to go. Where? There's water all around. She turns her face and is illuminated by a sign of the video rental, red and cyan. Volition. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. Everything I've said is lies. I want the exact same bad things you want. To stand here like a pillar of salt saying, damn it, Volition. Your skin is holy and soft, I guess.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
Yes, let's not. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
Okay, goodbye. God damn it, everything was fine already. Light from the video rental cast down on the ground. She turns her face, illuminated by it, red and cyan. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. God damn it. I guess we have to click this one. Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't fool us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
Alright.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Well, I was gonna leave, but the conversation's not letting me. Suggestion no. Here, have the Fallen Rider. I don't want it. He doesn't take it. It looks expensive, so I don't want it. Okay. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I don't know what you mean, Dolores Day. She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're the X something. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm X, the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the thingy aerodrome. I still have a light rail to catch. She glances over her shoulder. Nervously. I haven't even bought the tickets yet. I thought you said you had tickets. I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm getting so much closure. I'm glad too. But I have to go. My friends are waiting for me at the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite. Cool, your friends. Say hi to your friends to me then. I will, she says. The evening wind blows in, and a gown wraps around her like a white flag. 1,000 times you beaten animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What's underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane. Pussy. Point your head. You're mourning. The morning? No, I meant morning. I'm grieving. It's probably better you don't. Yes, it really is better that I don't. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regent of the territories of Mundi and Insulate and nothing else. Goodbye. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. She pulls up the silvery sleeve of her gown to check the time. Oh god, I'm late already. I have to go, Harry. Alright, Jen. A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrist. Electrochemistry is a guy that asses. Do I have to do that one? I don't care. Just go. But that's not a very good way for things to be. It's not, but she looks at her little feet, little golden sandals cover her toes. That's it? That's it, yes. She looks up from her toes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. Maybe. I think I've reached the end of my investigation. See? Her eyes widen. It just takes some time. For now, for you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green. But I can. Okay then. Super okay. I still have other things to do. Things I need to know. No, we don't. Yeah, super okay. Damn it, why do I... Ugh. When you said I have a vast soul and you will always come back to it. We both said a lot of things. We were very young. It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. This is getting easier. No. Don't go. I have to, Harry, really. I already missed 8:30. Her fingers wrap around the bag handle. I'm gonna go now. Okay, I understand. Nod silently, like martyr. No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. I'm not really going now. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must, she turns. Will we ever see... Will we ever see again? I won't see you, but you will see me. How can that be? Oh, Harry, this is a dream. I can't see you. Can't you see? I'm already in Manoa by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? She looks around. A year, 2, 5, 10 years ago? How will I see you again then? Right there, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it's really... it really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. God damn it, I don't want to rent videos. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I have a smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness after leaving you the first time, so long ago. But this is intolerably bad. Fuck, I can't say that. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow. Alright, bye. I'll bring my flashlight, maybe my little yellow bag. And kissed the shit out of Karl Marx. I hope Kim's okay. Man just wakes up. Kim, I kissed Karl Marx. And he's all like, nice. Yeah, you like that, don't you, Mr. Homosexual Underground? Not that I mind, Kimball. You're a fine man. Sorry, not Kimball. You're right. You're up quick. How was your sleep? Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island. Centimeter by centimeter. Next step in the task chain. Okay, he replies simply. He's still worried. You must have really trashed and squealed in your sleep. Well, if man is bleeding into his goddamn gob, it's not the best thing in the world to be on lying down. Hatch jammed stuck. Water rushes below, far down below. No, that's gas fox. But green flakes off the monochromatic aluminum cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, frequency band keyboard. Run fingers across keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. The keyboard hasn't been functional in decades. What is this then? Console of an antique computation device, like the lieutenant points to the wires running into the machine. Generator upstairs. The wires coming out. They terminate here. Just open the blast door. Possibly inspects the dials. Urgent. Revoice. Illumine. Refungadunks. God damn. I might forget how old I am. Sounds like the device is still used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does. Oh, that's how. Wait. Okay, so we figured out how old we are, which is not smart. One difficulty to all physical checks. We're not really that interested in logics. I'm tempted to forget this one, but I don't think we actually will be able to get any of these fuckers going. In the meantime, I think we are. We had an option about how old we were going to think we were. So I think we let Kim decide, which was, I think, unfavorable to our body. The fire slit, you can't see inside. The fire silt, that's some fucks here, Kim. Must have been a direct hit to take this out such a huge chunk. Distance out of cargo ship, horns, signals echo on the water. Weird ass. Oh shit. It reads way strangely. No, it's nothing. What read? That's a tree. What fucking read? Never got that mind. I guess. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince. Then you continue. Pelvic pain, pelvic pain. Inside the fortress, make out the consoles and the blast door. I've got some pelvis. When she broke, must have eaten the remains of the chain. Strange feeling, looking into the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea, leave it all, and walk in with a bottle in your hand. Why? Perhaps there's someone there under the water waiting for you. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Baby, you know it's gonna hurt. Raise your sight. In the still mirror of the bay you see mayonnaise reflected, tall edifices of the ruins in the water, still shimmering towers. And a shack too, pine trees and motor lorries. What dumbass. I'm fucking going in the water. Just fucking bin yourself, you piece of shit. Do I need to get some inland fucking empire and have an oogle at this bullshit? Already wearing all my bullshit. Damn it. Looks like one of her thingies. The drawing ass. Oh well. Looks like there's Foucault up here. Weathered artillery map showing coordinates to the Bay of Verishal. Old medicine cabinet. Wait, we're gonna be the fireman, aren't we? Lum fuel. Mattress nest. There's a rain-soaked mattress in the concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, a double embrasure, firing slits, and 2 eyes in the wall. Like 2 eyes in the wall. B triple prime. Lieutenant lowers his voice, stepping closer to his, with his hand on his gun. Looks like a good place to shoot from. Inspect the mattress. Single purpose mattress, modern civilian use. Ah, there you go. No Nigel. Brand name Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover along with cigarette burns. An empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. Back off. The embrasure, can you see through it? Inspect the wall. The firing slit in the wall. In front of you, a little window. Touch the concrete first. Quite old, grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. Look through the hole. The spring screeches. You lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Yep. Small piece of the thingy coastline opens up. A tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar. On the left, towering skyscraper, top floor shape of artillery fire, campsite apartment thingy. On the right, the red chimney collapsed back 4-story tenement, whirling in rags, doomed commercial area, and between the two, the box-shaped silhouette of whirling in rags, sloped roof, tiny fleck of light catches you behind the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the top of the upstairs window of Khaleesi's room. Can't be 100% certain, but what, do you have line of sight to the window? What are you talking about? Can't be certain. It's certain. Okay, with a pair of binoculars I would be able to see inside the room. Pair of binoculars or scope of a rifle. He points to the makeshift bed. You'd be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. Cheeks against the cheek rest. Hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this. I don't want to boast. He pats you on the back. 3 small pats in a row. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is a sniper's nest. Visual calculus. Affirmative. Yeah, fuck clues. Why didn't we come here before? Why? We don't go everywhere in a 1,000-meter radius of a crime scene. It's not the procedure. You're right. He looks north over the fortification, then to the mattress. Then again, his face twitches. Could the shooter still be here? Where he looks behind him. Right here, point to the mattress. You think so? He whispers, point to the mattress. Well, we would see them if they were here. But he lowers his voice again. The island on the other hand. I was referring to me, or she. He almost whispers, we should move. They call me Movesfurt. I don't know what to slap my points into. I think we're fairly good with volition. I don't know. I keep saving it in case I'm end up with something that's hard to do and I die a lot trying to do it. Yeah, but I don't know if I need it. Like I'm worried that there will be some sort of end game ass that will kill us repeatedly, and I want to have some points spare to ass around in case I need. I need to ask Logic. Fuck Logic, he's weird. I wonder if it's gonna be her. I of course suspect that we need to turn on the power up here first. Or ass fuel into the tank. 10 to 60, holding up the canister to fuel the tank. As the tilt, dark brown viscous fluid pours out and the room fills with a chemical smell. Yeah, see, this is just ridiculously loud, right? I in fact think that none of this is affected by any of the sound things. I think they might have accidentally left some sounds in, completely uncaring of the thing. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. Lieutenant flicks the switch. Pull the rope. The vehicle starts waking up. The old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle. That should do it. Well, people definitely have heard us now. I have fucking 19 charges for my morale bullshit. And 50 million goddamn actual morale asses. Turn emergency on. Radio dial. Dance lights under the dusty glass, dark and silent despite the power being on. You make out the defunct stations on the Earth thingy. The word Feld Insular written on the band. Insular, the lieutenant leans in to inspect the cursor writing. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe, used for military communication. It's an air-gapped system, an off-air military model. Fucking LAN. Push light interior. It turns to sizzle. Dim ambient orange. Fucking. It's gonna be loud, isn't it? There's something called blast door. It doesn't sound very loud. You'd think something like that would explode open. Someone was proud of that animation. Sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl. After you, Lieutenant gestures at the opening. I'm scared. What's there? I don't know. Thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up and dies down again. Tell them we're scared, I guess. Let's see if we see anything else with the light on. This might be the light the kid was talking about as well. Alright, Kim, I don't have a gun, but I'm ready to shine my torch at people, possibly. And if whoever this is like a golem made of recyclable bottles, we hit the jackpot. He'd probably not be carrying around this stupid lamp. Yeah, fuck it. I'm fine with my lamp. I actually forget. Rubber dinghy. Deflated, broken. Poor thing. Small white flowers bloom all around you. Well, that's certainly plot. Hey, look, a guy sitting. Some old guy. Remember to do the bracket thing and properly punctuate. Some fucking old guy out here. Is it just some random asshole that shot someone? Air smells sweet and scary somehow. Fuck's that noise? Yeah, let's save. King statue, what? Some old ass. Is this some fuck? An old man wearing a tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth. Then spits it out in a completely unnecessarily loud. Also, when you press escape, all the sounds are turned down a bunch. So, what you hear in the options menu is not. Never mind. Spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. You retained your eyesight. What the fuck? What kind of thing is that to say to a guy? Are you the fire guy?
Watch now. I can't hear you.
I fucking. Did you recently tell kids to put out the fire? Two twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around trying to give up the position. Fire guy, regressive bourgeoisie henchman, can't even talk like a grown-up.
What? You retained your eyesight.
My eyesight, yes, helps me see all this shit.
Did. Shadow of Disgust passes his left side. His right side retains remains motionless. His shooty side, I guess. Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Fuel the generator, then turned on the console.
I should have burned that console down.
Well, how did you know it was coming?
The boat engine on the water.
I thought you were kind of deaf. Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice, it's a piece of shit. Gets the job done.
Is that a Bell Margot?
It's a Trigon 446.
Southeast American made, exotic, must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to
A
mind.
Samaran rifle? How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Xinyao commune. Military aid.
That's the rifle. You just stay true to him. He can make it sing. The Hinxiao commune.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from a board.
What? He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in this thingy empire extinguishing thing. It's not wiped from the board. I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name coming from your mouth. A damn dog.
I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move.
No.
No, the lieutenant says, and aims his gun square at the man's head and says,
Put it down now, sir.
"No bullshit, Kim."
Or you're going to blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
Walking stick? I've been looking at those. For
It's
those.
out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then looks at at it lying there, like an amputated limb in the sand. Pick up the gun lying in the sand. Gaze follows your motions. Teleports it into a body. Rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. Oh yeah. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is cold, ice cold. The weapon has been modified several times. Spec closer. This rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs on bossed into its forearm made of walnut. On the right you see a Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood, triangle thing made in Hinshao. So it's a triangle made in Hinshao. No one said it had to be. It has to be a bell marker if the lieutenant does not take his eyes off the old man. We were just guessing. From ballistic, it could easily have been a Tingadong too. It doesn't matter if it was made in thingy. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition, and it does. Uses jacketed ammunition. 4.46. The type right. The caliber. Lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun. He's liking this. Rifle has been patched and modified several times. I wonder how old it is. Dolman does not answer, he just stares in front of him. Still the gun. The old man keeps following your motions with his gaze. His left arm twitches suddenly. So very much like the murder weapon, it can be used against him to get a confession in time. Who are you? My name, he looks across the water, is Yusuf Lingdanovich Rose, political commissar of the Thingy Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Rachel. Goddamn. I'm a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is a term of surrender. His eyes turn to the reeds again, dull and grey. The Commune of Rachel, the tender forgets to close his mouth. Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the Insinuated Citizen Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 06. Trained to the Thingy and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote the criticism of myself, then resumed partisan duties. How long have you been on this island? 43 years. No, he looks into the fire. A wisp of smoke rises from somewhere between the charred logs. It's been on other islands too. I was on Resurrection until they turned it into a spa and thingy. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was, he thinks, 22 years ago. What? Again, you've been hiding here for 33 years? 33 and 10 months. That's the length of my entire life. I don't even know what that is. It's inhuman, it's sick. It's not how a human should live. But I had to. He grimaces, clearly in pain. Couldn't just forget. Couldn't forget what I saw. He just couldn't. He couldn't give up. He nods. But he can now. What have you been doing all this time? Hiding, fishing, waiting. He looks across the water. When the afternoon grows late, the rule on saying thing, people walk home. Afternoon lights. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks, and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Altocumulus clouds from the above precinct 41. 2 police officers step out of the whirling in rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jörn Wickermore inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic. In dark red, government marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. He glances at a watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing. Still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side. Always waiting, the old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what? For her to return? Her who? The girl child revolution? What? What? Is he supposed to be one of the guidey things? Does he think she was an innocent or some shit? I've come from there, and I assure you that's not what the people are planning. I'm not a fool, he blinks his black eyes. I know the material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for revolution has passed. It will not come back anytime soon. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, however hard I try, whatever I do. You said you deserted your unit. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. He clears his throat. And of courage too. Lapse of faith. You could say I misunderstood the rhetoric role of the proletariat and thought the Masio socioeconomics were fallible. For a second I thought the thingy laws of historical materialism. God damn it. Second was all it took. For what? For a reaction to take hold. What's reaction? Petty Bourgonois terror. It's an omen. It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid. It's the same thing, you haven't seen it, not really, not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid. And this was when the lieutenant instinctively looks. I knew it, fucking communism. Our guy's been saying the entire time that communism killed people. And that's the culprit. That's been an option that I've never picked. If it turns out to be true, I'm gonna get angry. Alright, looks at his notebook, but not take it out. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. He looks north, the horizon was black with coalition airship. The petroleum rose to the sky and looked like it formed a cloud, storm clouds. And when it started shelling, it was dark magic. Dark magic. The combined might of international capital all at once, all the greed and terror in the world. Tore into Revachol, it lifted streets from the ground and turned those into ghosts. Houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, he gestures towards it. Huddled on the floor, the artillery was 80 kilometers away in ozone, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. And I said, and so I said I was going to the map room. He looks east, then what? I ran, I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak, a mouse frightened of the ordnance, all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, wearing Finton. He looks at the sky. What was that? Airships. I climbed out. He closes his eyes. Into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged, and I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. He opens his eyes and stares right through you. It was real. I seen it. Seen it in reality. Seen what? The mask of humanity fall from capital. It was to take it. It has to take it off to kill everyone. Everyone you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it as it strangles and beats your friend to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. He's silent for a second. You see how fear and power... you see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know what? That the Bourgois are not human. We say nothing. I had to fight it. I had to never stop. The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin. He looks at some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. Yeah, he's seen some shit. What is this place, this island? It's not an island. Dronite. He looks around. It's defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I'm the last surviving defender. What was it used for? The conglomerate deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in O2, retrofitted it with an AA gun to defend against airborne landing, against the whole world. You mean the landing retaken of Revachol? We have actually uncompressed our shit to figure out how old we were, I think. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow, he winces. I later found out on the radio they call it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Callu alone. Tell me something else. No, he shakes his head. Iblis. Iblis calls it that. Iblis? The black-eyed angel, he nods. I fought that guy in Secret World. How have you survived all this time? How does anyone survive? He looks at his worn running shoes. I steal. What do you steal? Supplies, vegetables, he winces. Collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being. He coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly. How's your health, Mr. Drose? I've been throwing up blood since winter, red like beetroot, then been passing it in stool too. He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer. The Elysium can provide medical services. You need to be looked over. I need to die. A droll smile stretches across his mouth. You don't have medical facilities, you have guns, that's all you give. Well, they give you toy guns. You also have dromomite. A serious situation needs to be looked over and we can do it. There's nothing to look over. The triage is in and it's black. Administer morphine, moribund. We have thingy painkillers, must be in pain. A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips. I have been running out of that stuff. How have you coped mentally? I haven't. I have holes in my brain, years missing, others filled with pain only. A decade off, he holds. I don't feel like we're rolling anything at all in this conversation. Which means it's kind of weird that they gave us a bunch of shirts that had stats. Years missing, others filled with pain only, a decade off, his eyes rolls into his skull and back. I didn't even know Inferno? Disco Inferno, I think that's that's played when we've asked over here. He notices Lieutenant's about to say something. I imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation. Traitors, it's better alone. He nods toward mayonnaise. I watch the people of the city turn the light back on more and more each year. Ruins glimmering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting. He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a winter pain in there somewhere. Are you not heartbroken? Are they not heartbroken? How could they move it on? How have you concealed yourself all these years? It was hard in the 10s. He shakes his head. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Closed his eyes, floodlights on the water at night. There were posters, campaigns. We communiards still hoped that they needed to snuff. Still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. These capitulated. Mayonnaise and Coal City would turn to dust. He looks south. But Jamrock, Flaburg, even Crouton, the Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Maslow running around their veins. Coursing through their veins, goddamn. My brain leaves. Others too. Some cordons of Revachol were still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. He shakes his head. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead. How did you get between here and the mainland? At night I used a dinghy. Or the one we... Holy god, what the fuck. I only went after dark then. I got to the city, I stayed underground, patrols, the U-lot, the Commons too. They'd started snitching. In the city you move underground. From bunker to bunker, he nods, not anymore, no one cares now, I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. He falls silent, the gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. The weapon cache under the Saint thingies, 22B, point to it. Basement, have you been there? He looks at you, then pulls the raincoat tighter around his neck. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Bell Margrave, yes. They were damaged beyond use, I know. So you've been there, sleeping, he coughs. Some nights. Some nights, ammo scratching on others. Those Margraves were shit, even when before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however. You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across. Why don't you just walk there? Don't want to. They're all traitors, pigs, rabbits and dogs. Men without ideals. They're only animals. He does not want to see life moving on, people forgetting, drinking, laughing. The small bunker under the Feld building, have you stayed there? The propaganda bunker, he coughs. I used to, but not anymore. Propaganda bunker? They stored leaflets there, broadcasting equipment too, made broadcast, I think, propaganda officers? I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves, 2 young boys killed themselves? A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it, kept thinking of them. He stares at the ruins of the Fell building. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins on the ground. Tell me another thing. The old man looks across the water in the city. The ruins, motorway rising above it. Oh fuck. So you said this is your termless surrender. You're with the RCM, he waves in your general direction. The coalition appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. Oh, fucking sneeze. We're with the RCM, let's leave it at that. He looks you in the eye. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity, who took the city. I represent the adversary, the Partei Kommunisti die Insindulary. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldozed them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity. His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit. A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. It's your communist soldier. From the communist army. No, I'm not a soldier. I'm an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not to the army. But you said you were trained, assigned to Defense Corps. Trained, he nods, in historical materialism. Oh, for fuck's sake. They assigned a political commissioner by the party. Then assigned as a political commissioner by the party. These things used to mean something. What does a political commissioner do? The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs. Lieutenant speaks softly. His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follow the ideology of the commune. Scientific communism, the tracksuit-clad old man is suddenly reanimated as commissionary politique. It is a knight philosopher of the revolution, the future human. Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology. It means you're a trained communist, right? He nods slowly, then another tremor. Point to yourself. I'm a moralist. No. Say nothing. Goddamn. I have another serious question for you. We don't have better... Well, actually... Oh yeah. What are we using that? Let's assess his body language. Fuck's sake. For 60 years, for a 60-year-old man with stomach troubles who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit. That's it, squint at him. Fucking He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished, but that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes and you say, what have you been using this gun for? Use it for killing people. Here we go, a trial of blood. Lieutenant smells it too. Killing people. It's a gun. It's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I used it to kill people. Interesting. The lieutenant nods. During or after the war? There's no after the war. He shakes his head and smiles. His teeth rotten black. Class war is never over. So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. That's it. You can feel it like battery acid at the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But what? This is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Going straight, no euphemisms. He doesn't like those. Did you use a gun to shoot and kill the colonel of the security contractor Krellin? The who now? He leans in and cups his ear. He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in. A beautiful, strong man sent here by the honorable The corpse in the ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling and rags. Did you shoot him? Oh yes, that one. He looks up at the sky. Clacks his tongue. Ugly piece of work, that boy. Did you kill him? The lieutenant takes a sudden step towards him. I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revershall. He spits a big one at the lieutenant's feet. I do not collaborate with murderers and pedestrians of the liberal regime. A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun, the murder weapon. It's a perfect opener. I sent the blood in the air, but what else? There was something else you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first. You're a communist. Talk to the dead man. He told me communist and but damn it. We start hitting ourselves in the head. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the rifle thingy. Heh. Not a lot of guns around. Use military grade ammunition or the. It's a real gun. He points at the lieutenant's sidearm. Not like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? He chortles. Going against automatic rifles with those toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed. He saw you. You watched it happen. You would have had a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you, okay. So what? Don't let him it divert you. Good man, volition. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Point to it. You know what? The lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Dramatically ask. You think we have the murder weapon? 4.46 jacket ammunition, modified for range, he lists. We have it. This is it. Calling it. We have the murder weapon. Good. Lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line. Feels good, doesn't it? Tying up things like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer. Murder, the old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more. Like a marionette on an invisible string. We done the ballistics, point to the tower, the shot came from this island. I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead face... what? Fascists, I guess. I did a pass it through him. Did you like the view? You had direct visibility, there are embrasures in the concrete specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. Lieutenant softens his voice. You've been here a long time, Mr. Droz, too long. You clearly need medical aid. I'm ready to die, the man interrupts, then coughs. I've done my part. He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing, the rifle doesn't have a scope. Poop. Where's the scope? How do you make this shot without a scope? We have everything else. Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now. The best uninterrupted line of sight the window in all of mayonnaise. Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gauss is right. You have worms in your brain, another sudden twitch, and then there's more in his right eye. Okay, let's back off for a moment. Tell me this. Ass. Damn it. Come on, you sort. Fucking hell. Ugh. That's it for now, old man. Stay put. I'm not going anywhere. You have anything to say, Kim? We need to find the fucking binoculars. Damn it, we're on 2 hours again. I have to restart the stream because YouTube. I will literally just pause and restart it again. So, give me a second.